Guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Juliette, and today I'm going to be channeling your angels, ancestors, and guides. And yes, I channel ancestors because I think that grandma wisdom is super important in today's society, especially. So we're going to also integrate those kind of messages. And that's really what my readings are all about. It's about grounding yourself, rooting yourself in the now, and seeing what is available to you so that you can either make your situation better or, that's really all I'm after, is that you guys can use what I am able to share with you and use it for your own life and see how it goes for you, because there's no point in gatekeeping this kind of information, because I think everyone's supposed to have access to it. And that's what diviners, at least my role as a diviner, I think it's really important that I share with you guys and not just gatekeep, so that all of our lives can elevate at the same time together. No one gets left behind. So let's get straight into it. Already I'm hearing that there's a lot of angels around you at this time. And it has something to do with father energy. Before we get into the reading, I just want to remind you that I do have a crystal shop myself, and on that site you can also book a private reading with me. There's a tab for tarot readings through my website, crystallith.com, and you will see on that tarot tab, just go ahead and click it and it'll take you to a page where you can buy 3 different types of readings. And I have the quintessential, which is a general reading. I have the lovers, which is about love. And then I have a starseed reading, which is about your starseed origins and your special mission in this lifetime. So if you're curious about whether you want crystals or a reading, I have both ready to go. And the link will be in the description. Thank you so much for supporting me. So you guys got the King of Wands clarified by the Emperor upright. So the King of Wands is reversed while the Emperor is upright. So what this is telling me is that someone didn't come in correct. Someone couldn't recognize that you were a divine feminine and a divine masculine. So the people I'm dealing with, you're very balanced in your feminine energy and your masculine energy. And don't get it twisted when I say feminine and masculine, because we all have it no matter what gender we are. So I'm seeing that you're very balanced in both. You're able to take a step back when you need to, but you're able to move forward when you need to. So you're able to listen to your intuition and let it guide you whenever you need it. This person did not see the divine essence of you, seeing how, because they might not even know you, that's the thing, but they're very attached to you. So they don't know you, but they're attached to you. Why, Spirit? Because they see you as the Emperor. They see you as this person that can take them out of the mud, basically. So basically it's a attachment to kind of save their own butt, right? And they don't know they're doing it consciously. So I wouldn't go up to them and be like, you're only using me. It's it's an energetic thing. So it's a bit more nuanced, okay? What I'm seeing is that they know you're going very, very far because of how balanced you are. And because of that, they suddenly, either they see you as the Emperor or they want to approach you as the Emperor. They want to approach you and say, hey, we could do this together. I have things that I can contribute, and I know that pouring into you will go very far. Okay? And so they're seeing you as a great place to invest their own energy. So it's not entirely parasitic. It's not negative. It's really just they see your potential. They know what you're capable of, and it's not only potential, it's very much embodied in your energy. They're able to feel it, and this gives them the sense okay, I can definitely step up for this person because I know that they will not take it to use to their advantage. They're not going to siphon me and my resources. They're able to build and grow alongside with me. So it's like they see you as like a win-win situation, basically. The Three of Pentacles next to the King of Wands in reverse. Three of Pentacles in reverse, followed by the King of Pentacles in reverse. So there's a lot of reversals here. But the Three of Pentacles in reverse, followed by the Eight of Swords, or clarified by the Eight of Swords, really tells me that they are definitely in their head, though. They want to extend an offer, but they're in their head because they know that you're not really open to, or this is what they think. They think that you're not really open to communicating. You're not open to sharing ideas. You're not, basically they don't see you as an open person. But what they don't realize is that if they can sense your energy, it's not because they're intuitive. It's because you are very energetically clear and very energetically open, right? So what they're sensing is actually something within themselves, this closed off energy. It's their own fears. It's their own prejudice of you, right? It's a projection. They feel scared. They don't want to open up because, there's hesitancy on their end, but they're projecting that there's hesitancy on your end, while you may be a very open person. And it's clear through your energy that you are open, right? It's very obvious that you are willing and open to creating with other people. That's part of your journey. It's part of everybody's journey to open up to others and to work alongside them and work as a community, not just as a singularity, right? King of Pentacles in reverse shows me that with the Princess of Swords in reverse as well. So they're curious about you, but they haven't fully dived into their curiosity. They haven't really considered like the lighter aspects of communicating with you. They haven't considered how they would heal in a situation like this. If in their mind, they're focused on, okay, if I give this and this, are they going to take from me or give me? Or it's like a contract almost that they're seeing it as. So maybe it's business. Maybe it's not even love. Maybe it's just a business thing. And, or they want to approach it as a business, but they do have romantic intentions because all the princesses are out in the spread right now. You got the Princess of Swords, you have the Princess of Wands, and the Princess of Pentacles. And that energy is very lighthearted, very sweet, very subtle, very I'm hearing like effervescent. There's like a taste of the energy, but it's not like in a solid form. So you can kind of feel it and then it kind of goes away, and then you can kind of feel it and it kind of goes away, right? The princess is still in the works. It's like maiden energy. It's like becoming the crone kind of, right? That wise high priestess energy that I try to get to. I don't know. That's the energy I really tap into when I'm reading. And so with the maiden energy, it's just like more free-flowy, more open to situations, right? And so for you, that's your energy. You're very open to ideas with the Princess of Wands. The only thing you're not interested in is manipulation, right? And so maybe this person has a past of manipulating other I can't even say it. They don't even want me to say it. They have a past of manipulating other people, right? And they don't see it as that, but they know that they do it, right? Even if they consciously don't see themselves as a bad person, they subconsciously understand the patterns that they kind of wreak on every relationship that they go into, whether it be business or love, right? Or just platonic. There's almost like an energy of like, I'm going to consider myself a good person because I know my good qualities, but I also um, understand that I have bad qualities, but I don't want it to be true. So I'm not going to say it out loud, right? It's just that lack of accountability. It's like, let's shine a light on everything beautiful about you, but just look away if you see the shadow. Okay, don't look at it. Don't pay attention to it. That's really what they're trying to get to with you. They're like, look at my beauty, look at my beautiful qualities, but don't look at whatever is over there. We don't talk about that. Okay. That's what I'm getting. And so there's absolutely an energy of purity, but then there's also an energy of manipulation at the same time. It's very interesting, right? And of course, the more manipulative qualities, they're pushed away. They're sent to the back burner. They're like, don't worry about that. I fixed that already, and I'm not going to talk about it unless you bring it up, kind of thing. And so, I don't know what's up with this person. What do they want with you? Why are they even in your energy if they're this like flippy floppy? It's like they're projecting their flippy floppiness onto you. Right? I think you're a very sturdy person. Obviously, with the Emperor coming out, you're a very steady person. You know yourself. You're clear about who you are. You're not really one to change for another human being. You might show another part of yourself to another human being if it's safe or if it's not. You know, you change based on if the person is safe or not, but you kind of stand clear in who you are, and you know what you're willing to tolerate and what you're not. Right? And so you come off very, not stern, but sturdy. Like, you know yourself. Very earth sign, very Taurus. Not like, I feel like the person you're dealing with is more Capricorn. I love my Cappies because I'm a Capricorn moon, so I understand because that's how I see myself, right? But yeah, Capricorns are all about like the more flashier parts of life, luxury, maybe, but the more flashy, the more substance, right? You're more leaning towards a Taurus where you are sturdy in who you are. It's like a foundational thing. You know who you are, you know what you bring, you know the value that you have, right? Capricorn, the person that you're kind of dealing with, looks for things that can make them better. It's almost like a clout chaser, like a social climber kind of energy. And that's not true for all Capricorns. That's just what I'm sensing for this person that I'm tapping into. Every zodiac has their positives and negatives. And I'm seeing that this person, although they may exude this very sturdy energy, internally it's a very flip-floppy, what can you give to me so that I know that I can stay, because I'm going to climb the ladder. And if you can't be a step that I can use to get higher, then I don't want to deal with you. I might play around with you, but I'm not going to deal with you long term or anything serious. That's what I'm hearing. So please keep in mind that this person really is seeing that you are elevating, that you're balanced, that you're able to be that step. But it doesn't necessarily mean you should be that step, right? Just because people can see that they definitely could have a better life with you and possibly beyond you, that's not what you're looking for. That's not what you're looking for. You're not looking for someone that's gonna use you. You're looking for someone that you can build with, because you have dreams and you have goals that you want to accomplish in this life, and you are looking for your divine partner to help with that energy to make it happen, right? It's like a spiritual energetic bond between two people. And that's where like kind of the concept of twin flame comes in, because the divine feminine has so many beautiful ideas, so many resources available to her as well. The only thing she lacks is the support, The only thing she lacks is support from outside of herself. And she might come from a wealthy family, but the emotional support isn't there, right? And if the genders are flipped, the genders are flipped. Okay. But what I'm seeing is that you're looking for a person that you can build with, that you can not attach yourself to, obviously, but to kind of like build a bond with. You're tired of having to seek out like the best whatever. You're just looking for someone that is willing to grow with you. And it's really simple, and it's also really difficult to find someone that will align with your visions in life, because it's not up to the divine masculine whose vision is going to be implemented, because the masculine will see the vision of the feminine, realize that there is maximum potential in what she sees, because she's the visionary, she's the flower, she is the person that taps into that spiritual energy, right? That divine feminine energy. And yin is very spiritual in nature. And so anybody that embodies that most in a relationship, they have vision. They have the vision because it's connected to source. It's not connected to just the human brain. It's connected to something higher. So her vision is way more expanded, right, than the divine masculine. The divine masculine is there to really support the divine feminine as she conveys this vision. And the divine masculine is here to create a foundation for the feminine, so that because when you're a divine feminine, there's almost chaos that kind of comes with divine feminine energy. And I hated that for a long time, because I was like, women are not chaotic. And now that I'm older and like I am more chaotic, as I've tapped into like my divine feminine, I've realized that chaos is part of being a divine feminine. There's beauty in the chaos, because that chaos allows for disruption of what is, so that new can come about. Because if there is no disruption of what currently is, then new things have no place. And what needs to happen for evolution for the human species is disruption, is chaos. And it's not order, and it's not tame. It's not societal okayness. I don't even know how to put it, but it's just absolute chaos that is needed. Chaos that is rooted in something beautiful, expansive. And that's what you are, divine feminine, if you're watching. If you're the divine masculine, know that your divine feminine or the person that holds this divine feminine energy to counterpart you is, yes, they are chaotic, but in the best way possible, because they just disrupt the flow. They don't like things that hold them back for no reason, right? It's not chaos for no reason. It is purposeful chaos. It is intentional chaos, because the divine feminine will not stand for anything that is not rooted in truth or love. And if it's not rooted in any of those things, then it's got to go. It has no place in the divine feminine's life. And for the divine masculine, it's you are the holder of this chaos. Okay, that's the role. And I think a lot of divine masculines see the chaos of a divine feminine and realize that it's just disruption of what society is currently saying is okay, when we all know that it's not. Some people have just benefited from it, and so it's just been pushed even harder and harder and harder, right? So the divine masculine is a very in touch with the universe too, but in a different way, knowing what is necessary and what is not. The divine feminine's chaos is necessary in this world. It is. What we are living in cannot exist any longer. It doesn't suit us as evolved beings. And yes, humans evolve, okay? It'd be crazy to think that we're just going to stay stuck as cavemen and cave women, right? We've long passed that. But now there's more evolution to occur because we are a surviving species, and surviving species will always evolve, right? There's no stopping, because if the whole society stops evolving, then we will cease to exist. That's just a law of nature. That's just Darwinism, right? And so I'm grabbing my card. So I think there's more for you guys. So let's see. The Fool. Okay. That's a change of energy. Okay. So, taking a leap of faith will cause a huge transformation within this connection. That's what I'm seeing. Taking that leap of faith will allow this connection to kind of dive deeper into one another, building trust with one another, you and your divine counterpart. So you're taking this leap of faith with the Fool coming out, and you're coming out of your shell, followed by the Hermit, okay? And you're going to end up in a very, very successful spot. Look at this. Look at the way the story is being written. When you take a leap of faith and you exit the darkness that you have been in, the solitude, where you have been cultivating your light, right? You're bringing that light outwards now. And because you're shining your light, you attract way more abundance. You attract way more help, abundance. And 9 of Pentacles is all about self. So even though there is a connection to another person, this is to aid you in becoming a very sturdy individual, especially monetarily. Okay? Maybe that's the one part you've been lacking. I've sensed that in other readings too, so this may still be true. But I think what's happening is that you are finally building a home, building a foundation for yourself where you can build and build and build and build, right? Because if we're constantly knocked into a space of chaos, of constant variables, it's really hard to build in that kind of state. So never be down on yourself if you're struggling outside and you're still not seeing what you've been manifesting for yourself, because it's like, the thing is, it's alignment. All of the spiritual jargon is just to say when you're aligned with an energy, that's when you receive it. You have to be energetically aligned to receive. And if the world is throwing you into a more lower energetic field and you feel like you can't get anything done, that's just because of what is currently happening around you, right? And so the thing that needs to happen when your outside world is in chaos is to remember that even as chaotic as it looks on the outside, it is only reflecting what is inside. And so you need to, this is what I do in those moments. That's why I'm just telling you guys. But when I notice that my outside world is absolutely chaotic, I hermit. I literally go into this space, my cave, and just cultivate my own light, cultivate that peace within me. Because if the world outside is going to be chaotic, I'm sure as hell not going to let it be chaotic inside of me. That's how stubborn I am. It works to my advantage. My stubbornness works to my advantage. Where I'm like, no, you're not going to throw me off like that. No, you're not going to make me feel how you want me to feel. I'm going to feel how I want to feel. And I'm going to go back into my cave and I'm going to make sure that I feel okay before dealing with anything else. Because F everything else, honestly. F all this drama. That's what I've done. Every time someone's tried to instigate drama with me, I will simply be like, you are not worth me losing myself. Never. No one is ever worth that. And so, and that's true for you, right? No one is ever worth throwing off your inner balance. Because think about how much energy it takes to cultivate that inner balance to begin with. and how easy it is to slip off and go back to that more pessimistic, that more self-hating narrative, right? When you're first starting, it's really hard to step out of that and into a more high vibrational way of even speaking to yourself, right? And so to have someone else outside of you constantly like reinforcing that negativity, it's just like, no. Why? Why am I going to deal with you? You offer nothing. You offer nothing. Right? And to the divine feminine, they are very receptive, right? But only to the right energy. It's not that difficult. I don't know why, but I'm just getting frustrated because it's as if you're dealing with someone that just doesn't get it. It's like, no, I'm not going to deal with you if you're causing issues in my life. Why would I even allow that? Why would I accept that? Right? And maybe that's what the divine masculine is saying about you as the divine feminine, saying like your chaos is disrupting them. Why would they even allow it? It's like, well, your disruption is caused by truth. My disruption is caused by chaos and drama. That's different, right? Divine feminines, you bring in a truthful energy. That's what you use. You use your heart, you use the truth, and you relay it as you see it. And you're not going to hold back, especially if it's someone that you care about. Right? If it's someone you don't care about, you would never even speak a word. You wouldn't even say anything. But when you disrupt people, divine feminine, it's because you're speaking the truth. It's because you're bringing truth to a place where lies have run rampant. Okay, and it's disrupting the energy of the divine masculine, who is not in their divine energy yet. Let's be honest, if they are constantly surrounded by chaos, they are not in their divine energy, because that chaos will constantly cause them to slip out of their divine energy. You are who you're around. You are as good as your weakest link, right? So this divine masculine, which isn't truly divine yet, that's what I'm hearing. It's like they have the capacity to, if they want, but in order to step into this divine energy, they need to detach from the drama. They need to detach from negative people in their lives in order to be around you, because you will cut it off. The minute that energy comes into your field, you'll be like, this is not worth it. Not worth it at all. And you will just be like, bye. I don't want that. It's simple as that. I think you guys have gotten to a place where it's just like, no, I don't want that. Bye. Right? It's like, yes, I love you, but I don't want what's attached to you, so bye. Because you guys have mastered detachment. And people will say that you're cold, especially the masculine that wants to be the divine masculine but can't detach. They're going to say that you're cold, that you are not of the heart, that you're just doing things to gain, like that social climbing. That's what they're saying about you, right? All these kind of negative projections that they put on you is actually what they are doing. And that's how people cope. That's how people deal with things. And you guys already know to not even argue with that, because it's just like, well, you're just looking in a mirror, and like, because divine feminine, you are a mirror to people. And so they're going to look at you and they're going to be like, you're all of these horrible things. But it's like, no, that's what's coming out of your brain. That's the voice in your head. All that narrative is coming from you. I haven't even said a single thing. Right? So maybe people that thought that they were going to be your divine masculine, that thought they were going to be your partner, have a lot to say about you, because you're kind of done dealing with their bullshit. And And they're not. They're not done yet. But you are. So you're free to go. This energy, though, they will stay stuck because they want to. Even if they say out loud that they don't want to, their actions of not detaching, their actions of not choosing themselves over this BS is them choosing the negative timeline. So let them choose it. Let them choose whatever the heck they want, because it's their life, right? That's the free will part. Even though there's fate where you're fated to meet people, you still have free will to choose if you want to deal with them or not, if you want to consider that timeline or not. And Divine Feminine, you have for a long time considered that connection for a long time. But you're in a place now where it's like, you haven't chosen yourself, not even once. You haven't shown respect, not even once. You haven't shown divine energy, not even once. And you're realizing, Divine Feminine, that you are riding off of their potential of becoming a divine masculine. But what they were showing you was not of divine masculine energy. And that's where twin flame energy can get really, really toxic. Because now you're riding on their potential rather than what they're actually showing you in reality. And so reality is telling you they are not your divine masculine, but you're the potential that you can see. That connection, that spiritual connection, makes you dive deeper into that potential rather than seeing things as they are in the physical and seeing that they refuse to choose you. They're not choosing you. They haven't chose you, and they're not going to. And I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm not saying it for you to lose hope. I'm saying it so that you may kind of understand the lens of how you're seeing the situation, right? I was stuck in this spot for a very, very long time as well, and that's why I'm able to talk to you guys about it, because there is a way through, and it's to realize that you're riding off of their potential. You're not actually riding off of who they are right now. Would you want to be with your masculine right now as they are, with everything that comes with them? Because if the answer is no, then you are only waiting for them to be potentially a divine version of them. And the beautiful, beautiful part about all of this is that every human being has divine potential. They do. I can see it, and every person I've met, I've seen beauty in them, and I've seen the potential for them to be a divine expression of themselves, right? One that shows themselves love, shows themselves compassion, shows themselves that they truly care about themselves, right? And but the thing is, that's not reality, and you can't build a reality based off of potential, because potential energy is just potential energy, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it will manifest just because you stick around, right? And I think that's like the hardest pill you've had to swallow throughout this entire journey, and I think that's why like twin flames have been kind of silent, at least in my life. That energy, just because I had to see it for myself and realize that I was just falling for someone's potential rather than falling for someone's actual. And I think I've definitely matured through this process, whether I've been able to be with my divine masculine or not, because in actuality, when I look at him, I don't see divine qualities. I just see the potential of divine qualities. And that like kind of struck me right in the heart center and in my solar plexus, because I think I built a lot of narratives around that. And Oh, someone's calling me. I'll talk to them later. Yeah, you're just no longer falling for potential. You're falling for like actual. Like, you want to be able to see their potential and then have it show up in the physical, like right away. Like, they should already be living in that form, right? When you meet, it's not that you meet someone that could be and then you wait years and nothing happens. No, it's you will meet the divine partner and they will already be in that energy. There is no potential to seek out because they are living out their potential, right? Ooh, and I heard a knock on the door or somewhere. So that's confirmation from spirit. Understand that you are because you have balanced out your masculine energy and feminine energy, you no longer project what the other energy is like. You know what it is because you can exude it yourself. So now that you know what that divine masculine energy feels like, you are now able to attract and align with people that are already exuding that kind of energy. Not just potential, but actual, right? And yeah, they want me to move on. They're like, okay, that's good enough. Moving on. I'm going to pull out some oracle cards for you to finish out this reading. Time to move on. Flow with the river, see where it takes you. So you're definitely being asked to be in your feminine energy right now. Allow flow to occur in your life. It's time to move forward. It's no longer about understanding why this person couldn't show up for you. If they couldn't, they couldn't. And you're kind of realizing that. It's like, well, if you can't, you can't. And I'm not going to wait around. And it's time to move forward. It's time to move on. That's right. It's safe to let go. You're surrounded by love. Believe in your power to manifest. Breathe your creation into existence. That's what I'm talking about. You're entering your more feminine energy and you're letting go and you're realizing that you have so much protection and so much support outside of this potential energy that you've been latching onto. You're letting it go. You're releasing it. And the minute you do, your creations will breathe into existence. Like, you're breathing your creations in. Every time you exhale to let go, when you breathe in, you are breathing in creative energy. It's taking that place of that lost potential energy, right? Because lost potential energy is still a loss of energy. And so you are letting that go. But the minute you do it, another energy comes in that is much stronger, that will feed your solar plexus, that will feed your sacral chakra. And it's going to revive you. You think that this is like the end of you and this beautiful journey that you've created around your connection with this person, but really you're carrying that energy because guess what? You started out as a fractured kind of soul. Now you are fully incorporated. Now you are fully whole again. And that's always been one of my affirmations. Every time I wake up in the morning, I always, especially if I feel like I'm missing like a part of myself or in someone else, when I wake up, I immediately just go, I am loved, I am safe, I am whole. I am loved, I am safe, I am whole. I am loved, I am safe, I am whole. And I will keep saying that until I feel it inside of me that I'm no longer yearning, right? Maybe you guys are yearners. Maybe there's always been this yearning energy within you and you have kind of attached it to that masculine energy that you wanted to be your divine masculine. But it's really important to understand that no person can ever make you feel whole anyways. Even if you were to have that person, you would still need to deal with yourself and still need to deal with that feeling of not having everything. And I totally understand this energy because in my birth chart, it's all one-sided. So I really do feel like I'm missing like a whole half of myself, right? Because half of the chart is empty in my birth chart. It's literally like all one-sided. It's crazy. But I'm not going to go into specifics in case someone's a little too nosy. But I know what that yearning feeling is like because that's just part of my birth chart. I've kind of had this yearning energy my whole life. I kind of like wish that I had my Prince Charming as a kid, right? And, you know, that comes with childhood trauma too, where you're just hoping someone will save you from like whatever you're going through. But, you know, you're an adult now and you are whole now. You're no longer yearning, and the minute you do, you have ways to deal with it. You know, you don't rely on someone else coming in to pour into you so that you feel more whole. You realize like, no, that's my job to feel complete and whole. That's my job and no one else's. And so yeah, that's like the journey that you've had with yourself, right? Through this divine journey of coming back into wholeness. And even though it doesn't have another person included in this, consider it a blessing because the person that you were kind of projecting this like Prince Charming energy onto is actually not even a Prince Charming. It's very flippy floppy, very, I don't know where I stand with you and I will never know how I stand with you. I'm constantly seeking out more and more and more and more. And that's why I noticed that like social climber energy, that on to the next and it has to be better. On to the next and it has to be better. It's like, let them deal with that. Let them deal with that energy because that's yearning energy, but yearning for something outside of themselves, and they're constantly out seeking it always. And I think your divine masculine is pretty handsome, and so they will get the attention that they seek no matter what. Even if you don't give it to them, they will find it in someone else. And you know, that's something you don't want to deal with because you have already found wholeness within yourself. You have already found love within yourself. And to invite someone that can't really see that and stay stable in that energy really shows that they are unstable in that energy themselves. Right? So I'm going to leave it there. I hope that this message helped in any way. I have so much love for you, and you know, I have so much support for you in this journey that you're going on because it's something that you can't really share with other people. And so, you know, knowing that there's someone out there that understands what you're going through is really important in these times. And just know that I fully support you at this time, whether you are the divine masculine or the divine feminine or both. Know that there is so much support and so much love for all of you. And I will see you guys in the next one.